Okay, who's going to kick us off, please? Paddy?
Hi, friend. Obviously, a positive performance last week against Manchester City, very different performance tonight. How do you explain the difference between what you saw in the two games?
Yeah, I mean, night and day. Really good. Last week, discipline, game plan, work ethic. Started the game well today. First 15 minutes looked like I wanted it to. Controlled a lot of the possession. But then the crucial part of Tottenham's game as a counter-attacking team is to find spaces behind you, to involve Harry Kane in the build, coming off, and players were very aware of that and didn't deal with it. And after that, it's a long, difficult night. If you're going to go 2 goals down, 3 goals down here with the level of player, give them confidence when they've not had confidence at home recently, then you make your own problems.
What do you see as the main problem? I know it's a difficult question to ask you. Answer. You've spoken a bit about mentality and things like that. What do you see as the main issues away from home, given the form? Do you have the confidence that you can put those issues?
Well, the main issues tonight for me were football issues of mistakes and bad defending for the goals. It's quite clear. So, and it wasn't just the defensive situations at the top end of the pitch. We didn't show enough, and that was from the early part of the game. Even when we were in a relative control, we still weren't looking like we were threatening their backline enough. And Tottenham, the way they play, very organised and defend quite deep and block areas for you. So you have to try and break that. So we didn't show that. So there were big footballing parts of the game today. I think that the main reason, rather than home or away, if you make those footballing mistakes against top offensive players, then you're gonna concede.
Are you surprised by what you're seeing in the final third? I know a lot's been made defensively, but tonight there was Calvert Lewin was back, for Charles and Anthony Gordon. There is quality there, but I think it's the second game. That was a freeway, no shot on target. I mean, how do you explain kind of what's happening?
Yeah, it's always a team issue, I think, in terms of creating chances. And I think we've seen in our home games that we've played, Brentford, Leeds, Manchester City, we've creating chances. So there's a clear discrepancy between home and away form with the team. So then you start looking at different areas and different reasons for why we're not such a force in the final third. And they're issues that were there before me. And there are issues that need to be sorted out. And unfortunately, issues don't take care of themselves overnight. And we're still in very early stages. So we have to find a way to get the results to keep us in the league this year, because it's clear where we are. We have games in hand. Other teams are losing games as well around us pretty much. So we have to be positive about what we do. And if anything's to be taken out of tonight, I guess it's a nice jolt, shot to show us that when we make those footballing errors, it's not going to work for you. We've got a lot of home games left. We've got 13 games, which is a lot of points. So it's very important that I myself remain positive, but we can't shy away from mistakes made tonight.
Frank, do you think there is tonight potentially a bad as it always was and a difficult performance to take? That you mentioned it there, it might be a jolt. Do you think that the players understand the kind of the gravity of the situation they're in?
Yeah, they definitely understand it. And they've understood it for a while. I think they've understood it before I was here, because it was a long run of not winning games. And when you're on that sort of trajectory, it's not, you'd be a fool to not see what's happening. I think that everybody at the club did, and I came into that. So what we've seen is a big uplift at Goodison. We've seen a big unification of the club at Goodison. The fans are really buying into what we're doing, and we've seen that we haven't been able to move the away form. So we now have 2 home games to work for, to try and get the results that will make things seem more positive, feel more positive. So we just have to focus on them. And of course, the away form we want to sort out and get it right. And it may be one click moment that it works for us, but at the moment we haven't done that. And of course, there's certainly a mentality issue, but that's a normal one tonight. If you go away from home at a place like Tottenham and concede two or three, I don't care whether you're in our position or near the top of the league. It's a long, difficult night generally. So that was problems of our own doing on the evening. No, Michael has been unwell for the last couple of days, and to be fair to him, he put himself up for selection. We're short on centre backs. We've got, Ben Godfrey's back training this week. Yerry Mina's going to be another 4 or 5 weeks at least. So we don't have options in that area of the pitch, and as you see with any squad, if you lose 2 mainline centre halves, it makes things very difficult. And the reality is that we conceded through that area tonight. And as I say, Michael was more that he was struggling with off the back of not feeling great.
Frank, you mentioned work ethic as something that you were pleased with last week. Do you feel like that was missing tonight and players down?
No, I thought it's not something that I've seen as missing since I've been here at all. The work ethic in training, the work ethic in games. I think it was more of a quality level tonight in certain areas where we didn't do our jobs. And then the work ethic becomes very difficult. And it's something I always demand. I'll go back and look at it. But for me, it was more footballing tonight.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks all.
Cheers.